We just got back from seeing Overlord.
And we'll be back to talk about it right after this.
Hi folks, welcome back to Pop Pop Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And we are here to give you our non-spoiler thoughts on the new movie Overlord, which is actually in theaters this weekend. We got a chance to see it late yesterday evening. We're filming this on Friday.
Yep.
So hopefully you'll get this in time to make a good judgment call on whether or not you want to see Overlord this weekend. Again, this is a non-spoiler review, so you don't have to worry about any of that. We're just going to give you our thoughts. We're going to let you know whether or not we liked it, and then you can join the conversation after you've seen the movie. Let us know whether you liked it, and jump down in the comments to let us know. Okay, so we didn't know a whole lot about this movie going in.
I know that we watched a couple of the trailers. We reacted to at least one of them, and when we first saw the first trailer for it, we were kind of like, oh, look, it's a war movie. Yay. And then it turned out that there looked like there was something more to it, and we were a little more excited about it.
Yeah. Well, I remember hearing about the time that the Cloverfield Paradox hit Netflix, that Overlord was supposed to be, or rumored to be, the next Cloverfield movie. Installation, yeah. How they're kind of loosely connecting certain things. I don't think that is the case. I don't think that they intended... I don't know if they originally intended it or not, but I don't think the finished product is in any way connected.
Sure, if you squinted hard enough, so many things can be part of the Cloverfield
Maybe,
complex,
but don't let that be a pro or con in your decision to see this. It is literally its own thing.
Very much so.
So yeah, we saw the trailers. I was looking forward to the film just because I like when horror sort of movies, horror-ish, I don't even know how to label this. I guess it's technically horror.
Technically.
I like it when they take that sort of vibe and put it into a historical sort of setting.
It's kind of like a subversion of the expectation, and I really enjoy that.
Or like an alternate history kind of vibe, and I like those things as well. So, so that was kind of the mindset that I went into with this, and I had a good time.
I did too. I enjoyed it. I felt like for the different parts and the different, because like Jeff said, it's kind of a horror-ish inflected into a historical sort of thing. I think they did both really well, so I enjoyed all of it.
Yeah, lots of people in this. I don't remember the names of everybody that is appearing in here. I know that Ian DeCastecker from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is in this, and so it was good to see him in that. And everybody that was in this film, whether it's a big role or a little role, really I felt like did well.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah, especially for a movie that I guess will probably be saddled with the genre sort of thing, which, take it from somebody who writes books for a living, sometimes genre is an insult that some critics tend to have. Whatever. It's a good movie, and I think fun. Yeah, but sometimes in lower budget sort of genre films, you don't get the caliber of acting that you get in this film. I think part of that is due to it being a bad robot production.
Yeah.
Anytime J.J. Abrams is involved, and I don't know how involved he was in this, other than his production company being behind it.
Well.
But I think anytime his production company is involved, they at least take seriously what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I thought this was a pretty entertaining film.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go into it knowing a whole lot about history. You don't need to go into it knowing a whole lot about the horror genre.
Right. Although it is set in a particular moment of World War II, that's an important
very important moment. However, that's just kind of background for what is happening here. So you don't necessarily need to know it all.
But I will say, and again, no spoilers, that I really enjoyed. There's an opening scene in this film that you see part of in the trailer that takes place on their airplane as they're flying over Nazi-occupied France. And that whole sequence, which is a long introduction to all of our characters.
Long one, yeah.
But it's done so well, and it feels like, even though we're going to get into monster horror territory later, it very much feels like a World War II film.
Definitely.
It very much feels like a you're getting to know each of the troops, you're getting to know them and their characters and how they interact with one another. And I love that because as bad things begin to befall this company, we care about those characters because we know how they fit together, we know how they interact, we understand a little bit of, who they are, and sometimes some characters even like where they come from or who their family is or those kinds of things. They give us just enough in conversation to make us care. And that whole opening sequence is shot so well and is done so well that it very well could be a part of a very serious World War II film. And I think that really helps sell and pull you into the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So that you're invested and you're in. And then as it starts turning into something a little darker and a little more twisted, and I think, too, when I say that, darker, war itself is so dark.
It
And
really
they
is.
don't shy away from that aspect.
Never, no.
They're already showing you how messed up that is.
Yeah.
Even when you're fighting the good fight, which our troops were, that it's still a horrible and horrifying experience to go through that. Then when they kind of crank in the horror element to it, you're really in because you already come to like these characters. Their situation's already been rough and life-threatening.
It's already bad.
And all of a sudden everything's turned up to 11. So to me, that worked really well to get me into this. Yeah.
And I was actually pretty pleased to see that our theater was at least more than half full. So that was really nice to see that more people came out to see this than we thought would, because we've had the experience of going out to see things that we were excited to see in an empty theater. So this was nice.
Yeah, it was playing in a smaller theater in our chain. However, that theater was pretty solidly full. Not full, but it was a lot of people there.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there.
And everybody seemed to have a good time with the movie, which I think speaks highly of it as well. So that's kind of. Did you have any other specific thoughts that don't range into spoilers?
No, definitely doesn't range into spoilers, but just kind of the first opening scenes and kind of into where we hit the ground. I almost felt like I was in a video, like a first-person video game, just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's
I can see that.
So it was kind of
like a Call of Duty kind of thing.
Yeah, or not even that. Like just kind of like I don't know. There was something that I played a long time ago, but I don't remember it. But I mean, they're all like that. You kind of get into it. You see the movie setting that sets into the gameplay, and then you start collecting things, and you meet up with other characters, and it just kind of started feeling like that for a minute, and then I was into the movie, so it was cool.
Yeah. And again, I think if the performances weren't as well handled as they are, that you might lose interest in certain aspects of it, but because they really sell that early on, you're kind of in, and I like that, and I like that not everybody gets a happy ending, and not everything works out well, because war is war.
Yeah.
So even without the genre stuff, you still have war being war, and it's tough and it's brutal. I like that they didn't shy away from those things. Now, we are going to score this film the way that we normally do that. But before we do that, we are going to let you know that my new book is coming out November 19th, and right now you can pre-order for 20% off the retail price. I actually have a proof copy here. And it says not for retail or resale. Sorry, not for resale. So you don't get to have this copy. However, the full copies are approved and they're on their way. So that's happening. 20% off right now if you pre-order before the release date of November 19th. You just need to hop down. I'll put that on the screen here. Follow this link. And of course, the link will be in the description as well. Use promo code SHADOW to get your 20% off. And if you want me to sign it, I will. If you don't, that's fine too. But anyway, if you think about ordering that, then for sure do it while you can get the 20% off. It'll be on Amazon and Kindle after the 19th.
Yep.
So you'll be able to get it there as well. Okay, now the way we normally rate films is we use our pop fizzle name. So if it's a fizzle, that means don't bother going to see this film at all. If it's a pop, it means, it was a solidly entertaining film, but you don't need to rush out and see it in the theater. Check it out when it hits streaming or, video rental, whatever. And then if it's a double pop, that means go ahead and check it out in the theater, see it on the big screen, grab a bucket of corn and a giant drink, and enjoy it that way with your friends. So, Heidi, given that scale of things, where does Overlord land for you?
I would say I don't ever stick to our normal
yes, because you're not a rule follower.
I'm really not a rule follower, especially for this. I would say it's somewhere between a pop and a half. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I don't feel like you need to see it on a big...
Are we saying a pop and a quarter?
A pop and a quarter. I'm even
That's
less,
really strange.
sticking to our system than I normally do. But the thing is, I don't feel like I said, like when I first started watching this, I kind of felt like I was playing a video game almost. So I kind of feel like it's not going to be, nothing's going to be taken away from it if you saw it on a smaller screen. If you are looking for a movie to see this weekend, it's definitely a great one to see on a big screen, but it's still worth a watch no matter which way you see it.
All right, I'm going to disagree with her. For me, this is a double pop because of, especially that opening sequence. I feel like it is meant to be seen on the big screen. I feel like it's really immersive and really well done, and so that's the kind of thing that I want to see on the big screen with all the sound bombarding me and all of that stuff. So for me, it's a double pop. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I thought it was well handled from a story standpoint. It didn't tell us too much. It left some mystery swinging there. That may have been because at one point they wanted to connect it to the Cloverfield stuff. I don't know. But I thought all the acting was solid. I thought the story was well told. I thought the period setting worked really well, only as far as everybody speaking the right languages and to the settings and to everything
Costuming,
else.
The setting.
All of it was done really well.
The sets were really, really well done.
And so it was really an immersive thing for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So it's a double pop for me. It's a pop and a quarter, for Heidi. So you can average that out however you will.
However that works. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I'm bad with fractions. Okay, so anyway, that's our thoughts on this particular film. If you've already seen Overlord, jump in the comments below and let us know what you think. Be sure and post a spoiler tag so you don't ruin anything for anybody else if you want to talk about something specific. If you haven't seen it, are you looking forward to seeing it? Are you planning to see it this weekend with friends? You can let us know that as well. We've got a few things that we've already filmed that I'm slow to get edited, mainly because I've been dealing with this. So there will be a lot of things dropping over the next few days. Be sure and be on the lookout for that. If you like this video,
thumbs up.
And consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon so you don't miss those things that we're dropping. And that's pretty much it for us, yeah?
I think so.
All right, until next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye.